This week, we're inside the Kool Studios with music and storytelling. Join us November 19 from 7 to 9 a.m. on Kool 97 FM for smooth, lovers rocking soul music with Inezi. Then J Major Scale takes to the Kool Stage with new music. And we're talking Anansi Sound Splash. And it's Storytelling Day with Amina Blackwood Meeks.
Wriggle me this, wriggle me that.
That's the vibe inside Live Tuesday this week, hosted by Dianne Thomas and Michael Thompson, live from the Kool 97 FM studios and streaming on kool97fm.com. It's brought to you by FX Trader, Ashanti, Oasis Vegetarian Catering, Alkavida Alkaline Drinking Water, and Keymix Audio. Live Tuesday on Kool 97 FM, getting to the root of the music.
Started last week and continues this week, a National Storytelling Day that's coming up this Wednesday, November 20, and to also share a few tales with us. Last time she was here, that was a program and a half. So joining her this morning and in Jamaica for the Storytelling Festival and National Storytelling Day is Colombian storyteller, culturologist, TV presenter and actress, Katia Bowie Gomez. Singer-songwriter Inezi is also with us this morning. His EP Pain and Pleasure debuted in 2022. His new single, She Needs Me, is out right now, and there's a lot to come from this artist, so stay tuned. And also joining us on the Kool Stage this morning is J Major Scale, pianist, artist, and producer. A dynamic musician, he's known for his soulful sound and captivating performances, blending elements of all genres. That's all inside of Live Tuesday this morning. And this first segment is brought to you by our kind sponsors. FX Trader, changing the face of foreign exchange. The official caterers of Live Tuesday, you know, Ashanti, Oasis Vegetarian Catering. Right. So ask about their vegan veggie balls at all major supermarkets island-wide. Call 876-458-9859. Keymix Audio. The mix is key for PA system and audio support. Now, aside from listening to us, you have the option of watching us via live stream, and you simply visit KOOL97fm.com and click on the Live Tuesday tile. Okay. So we begin with the discussion, and before we get to the music. So we're going to start our conversation this morning with J Major Scale, and I have to welcome all of you to Kool 97 FM for the next 2 hours. We're going to be entertaining you in a live way. So this segment is brought to you by FX Trader, changing the face of foreign exchange. Okay, so here we go now. So welcome to Kool 97 FM. How are you?
I'm good, Dianne. I'm good. Blessings.
Blessings to you too.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
First time you're on this side of the microphone.
For sure. Mike, you get it too, man. You get the blessings as well.
J Major Skill. That's an unusual name. How did you come by that name? Who gave it to you? Did you conceptualize it? How?
Well, yes, I did.
You did?
Yeah. The J really stands for Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Major, I mean, it's always something significant or important. Mm-hmm. And then major scale in music, almost everybody know this scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. It's a very simple scale, but if you really manipulate it the right way, it can get very complex. All right, so, I mean, J major scale, simple person, but using a simple scale to get very creative and so forth.
Whoa. Oh, okay. Okay. That one is really, really thought through. So how long have you been playing the piano? Now, I have real respect for those who can actually play that instrument. I couldn't.
Well, I've been playing the piano from age 8.
Really?
Yeah, age 8. Yeah.
So you're one of those who did the LRSM exams all the way to...
Yeah, the Royal School of Music exam. Well, I did it up to grade 5, theory and practical. And then I did a jazz exam after that. But CXC had me... So
a jazz exam? Where did you do that?
Out here in Jamaica. I want to big up Miss Denise Williams, who was my first classical teacher. She realized the talent, and then she realized that I had an ear for that type of music, and she introduced me to those pieces.
Oh my goodness.
The time machine. I'll go back in time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right. So which other artists have you worked with over the years? And we understand you have a new single. All right, so let's get to the artists part of it.
Right, so artist-wise, I've worked with in the gospel industry, Jermaine Edwards, Randall Positive. We move over to the cultural part, Kes Namdi, Queen Ifrica, Dancehall. I've played for Idonia. And then currently right now touring and playing for Tyrus Riley.
Wow. And there's no conflict with all of those genres that you're playing.
Well, no, for me, music is music. You know, for me, it's coming from the heart and the soul. Music is music because they have message in every good music.
Now, you had the opportunity, as you said, to do a jazz exam. Have you been able to utilize those skills, those jazz skills? Because I must admit, there are quite a few of our listeners who delight in jazz. So have you got a chance to play with any jazz musicians?
To be honest, not much here. I mean, I've done probably 1 and 2 solo gigs as a pianist, which, you know, I probably need to play different types of genre music, but not really much. So right now, we're mainly playing. I really play all genre music, but right now, reggae, I mean, for Tyrus Riley. And Tyrus Riley is a great artist that sings different styles. So we get to still touch all different types of music and genre music.
Okay, if you're just joining us, we're speaking with J Major Scale. Now, tell us about this single. Apparently, everybody else in Kool, or certainly in this studio, know about it except me. So shed some light. What is this single all about? Who penned it? Who produced it?
All right. So I'm the producer of so it's I'll Be in a Manger, a Christmas carol. It's just a Christmas carol that when I was a child, it just always resonated with me. The melodies, like it just always, I don't know, resonated a way that I said one day I must do something with this, get creative with it, and then later this year, when about October, I said, you know, I think I need to do something with this and really get serious and start putting out some music. So you'll be hearing more from me. I mean, even from a producer standpoint, J Major Records, my label, start putting out some singles, some artists will be working with me and everything. So,
you know, years ago there was a production, and it featured, you probably remember it, where they had like Chronics did a Christmas thing, but it was Crime-Free Christmas, right?
Crime-Free Christmas, I remember that. Yep, I remember that.
So, have you ever thought of doing, because now that you've touched on the Christmassy theme, have you ever thought of doing a Christmas album, putting a special spin on it? Because, you know, that kind of thing is lacking. You recognize that there is a dearth of songs, but they're all international productions. But when it comes to local Christmassy music, we're kind of scrambling to find what to play.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you know, we have like even Uncle Dean Fraser, big him up, my musical father. He has a Christmas album out, you know, from, you know, Bingy Christmas. So, I mean, that's true, but
we do need some more.
We need some more local Christmas vibe and energy. But let's start with this one first. I mean, I'm also considering actually doing another version of it, you know, to get in an appeal to a different market. So,
okay, we'll wait for that one to drop.
Me teacher.
Yes, thank you.
Do you sing?
Yes, I do.
He would have to if he's playing for these artists. He would have to. And you sing on the song. It's not just an instrumental.
No, it's just an instrumental for this one. But don't worry, man. You're going to hear the voice. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Okay. So we're going to hear this song today.
Yes.
You know, that makes you the first Christmas song on Kool for the season.
Nice. Bringing in the season. That's nice. Yeah, I appreciate that. True.
Bless you. Thank you ever so much. You know, because I was wondering, when is Kool going to start with the Christmas songs? Good to know. Yeah, so it's coming from you. So we're going to invite you right now, I believe, to just where can we get the song? Platforms again, musical platforms?
So this Friday, we're releasing it on all musical platforms, Spotify, iTunes Music, Apple Music, iTunes. All the major platforms will be out there. So you can just go and stream it. YouTube will be out there.
And anything else in the pipelines that you'll be releasing
Well,
in say, the next 3-4 months?
Yeah, for sure. So I have some rhythms, I have some artists, I have some things recorded already. Just need to get finished, and by January, February be out.
So you're gonna bring
Good.
them home. You're gonna bring them to home, cool, right?
For sure. We're bringing them right here. Cause we have to big up Mikey Inez. Long time Mikey saying, Jordan, we need to come to Live Tuesday. So I have to big him
Go
up.
across the river, Jordan.
Blessings, man. Blessings.
So,
Yeah, man.
indeed, blessings, and thank you for making it to Cool 97 FM. J Major Scale, our first act on Cool 97 for Live Tuesday, today the 19th of November 2024. And the first one to bring Christmas into the building. So, thank you again.
I appreciate it. Blessings, everybody. Thank you.
So I'm just going to do some back announcing, and then we're going to get a chance to hear this production.
problem.
Oh, if anyone wants to get to you for your record label, where do they go, and how do they
bookings.
contact you for
All
bookings?
right. So rapartabookings@gmail.com. You can send us an email there. Or call 876-344-0099.
Okay.
You speak to somebody with the management and booking. That would be great.
There you go. All right, because lots of people out there want to break into the industry.
Not a problem.
And with that, we're going to go to, let's see, we have a time signal that we should have taken already. So here goes. So I'm telling you, the mission of the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs includes revising Jamaica's legal and constitutional infrastructure and accelerating the pace of reform. The time by the MLCA, it is now 7:24 a.m. on Cool 97. This segment of Live Tuesday is brought to you by FX Trader, changing the face of foreign exchange. In a short while, when we go to our commercial break, we'll be giving you some information from our sponsors, and then we'll be back with more. Remember, Live Tuesday covers 2 hours from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And here we go now to our stage, J Major Scale.
This week, we're inside the Kool Studios with music and storytelling. Join us November 19 from 7 to 9 a.m. on Kool 97 FM for smooth, lovers rocking soul music with Inezi. Then J Major Scale takes to the Kool Stage with new music. And we're talking Anansi Sound Splash. And it's Storytelling Day with Amina Blackwood Meeks.
Wriggle me this, wriggle me that.
That's the vibe inside Live Tuesday this week, hosted by Dianne Thomas and Michael Thompson, live from the Kool 97 FM studios and streaming on kool97fm.com. It's brought to you by FX Trader, Ashanti Oasis Vegetarian Catering, Alkavida Alkaline Drinking Water, and Keymix Audio. Live Tuesday on Kool 97 FM, getting to the root of the music.
right, so good morning again. So this one, my final one, I would say it's a nice love song by one of my favorite artists, John Legend. So I'll be singing and playing this one. enjoy it. All the lovers, enjoy this one. Baby, since the day you came into my life, you made me realize that we were born to fly. You showed me every day new possibilities and proved my fantasies of love could really be. So let's go to a place where only lovers go, to a spot that we never know, to the top of the clouds we'll floating away. Ooh, this feels so crazy. Oh, this love is blazing. Say, baby, we're so high. We're walking in cloud night. So high, so high, so high. You got me up to the sky. Maybe later we shall go up to the moon and sail among the stars before the night is through. And when morning comes, we can see the sun is not too far, but we can't get much closer to God than where we are. So let's go to a place where only lovers go, to a spot that we never know, to the top of the clouds we're floating away. Ooh, this feels so crazy. Oh, this love is blazing. Say, baby, we're so high. We're walking in cloud nine. So high, so high, so high. Ooh, this feels so crazy. Oh, this love is blazing. So baby, we're so high. We're walking in cloud nine. Ooh, this feels so crazy. Oh, this love is blazing. Say, baby, we're so high. We're walking in cloud nine. Ooh, this feels so crazy. Oh, this love is blazing. Say, baby, we're so high. We're walking in cloud nine. Ooh, this feels so crazy. Oh, this love is blazing. Say, baby, we're so high. We're walking in cloud nine. So high, so high, so high. You got me up to the sky.
And listen, G major scale. We have to give you the microphone for a few seconds for you to just acknowledge anyone that might have been part of that production to put it all together. You want to do shout outs to family, friends. Go ahead. We need time to recover on this side. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Listen, Dan. So, well, Away in a Manger, I said that is the cover that I'm putting out for this Friday. Definitely, I want to big up my management crew, Rapata, and then Kian Hine, my executive producer, big him up. All my musicians, all my friends out there who always give me the support, always say me to go ahead, do some music, release some songs and things. So, bigging up everybody. Nigel Palmer, my high school music teacher. Miss Ruiz, who when I went to Edna, she showed me that classical music can be played with soul. So I want to big up everybody. My mom for sure. And then finally, the most important, God. My wife, everybody is always supporting me. So blessings for everybody. Thank you.
What a treat this morning on Cool 97 FM. So we're going to be handing the stage in a short while to Dr. Amina Blackwood Meeks, who is along with Colombian storyteller Katia Bowie Gomez. They're presenting at the Anansi Sound Splash this week and gearing up for National Storytelling Day tomorrow, Wednesday, November 20.
Good morning. We are fit and fabulous.
Welcome to Jamaica.
Thank you very much. A dream come true.
A dream come true? Okay, draw a little closer. We need you to be almost in line with the microphone. Okay, a dream come true. Now, what is this Anansi Sound Splash?
Anansi Sound Splash is a storytelling festival that honors the fact that we have a history and a heritage, that honors the fact that we brought a lot of things here with us. We might have come empty-handed, but we did not come empty-headed. We brought information, we brought doctors, we brought architects, we brought books, we brought what has become the microphone, we brought beauty and beautiful people, and we brought the stories on which we were raised. You see, in ancient Africa, you could not be called a storyteller just because you have a beautiful voice like Amina. You
Needed substance.
a storyteller was a philosopher. And that meant that you had to know a little bit of religion, whatever your religion was. You had to know the history of the village. You had to know geography. Oh, yes. You had to know all of that before you could be called a storyteller. Nowadays, we specialize. And the doctor don't know nothing about nutrition.
Yes.
The doctor friends them now just I see them eyebrows gone up.
You're not due for a doctor's appointment anytime soon.
And I don't know why I pick on them this morning. Can I say the lawyers don't know nothing about culture? Right, or how those things are connected. So to be a storyteller in traditional African societies is to be an honorable citizen. You don't have to walk up on no stage and have no governor general pin nothing upon you and say you can now sing song and you're hereby declared a CD. They are honored members of the community.
Okay.
And in fact, in Ghana, where Anansi is from, they say when a storyteller dies, you lose an entire library. Because the storyteller had to carry hundreds, sometimes thousands of years of history in his or her head. And when the time was right, he or she would pass it on to the next person who was going to be trained as a storyteller. So when we say we have a storytelling festival that's named in honor of Anansi, we mean to say we have something that we defend, that we protect. Other societies have the fox, them have Robin Hood,
Yes.
them have Thor, them have all kind of Vikings, And nobody not say how you mean to have these people as the central figure of your folklore. We have Anansi. And through the Anansi stories, we survived. We survived many traumas. And so we have that to defend. The intellectual capacity. Miss Lou would say the philosophy that's embedded in our stories and our riddles and our folk songs and our proverbs. So when we say we have a storytelling festival called Anansi Sound Splash, that's what we mean. We're protecting the traditions. Is it exclusive to Anansi? No, but I don't know. I don't even know why we have to explain that. We've had other cultures come to share their history with us. We've had storytellers from China. We've had storytellers from India. We have storytellers from Glasgow. We've had storytellers from the USA, come from Mexico, come to share with us.
So, if you've already covered all of that, what new aspects are you bringing to this
No,
year's
we not
staging?
already cover all of that. 'Cause our story is an unending story of beauty and survival and triumph and aspirations. But every year we have a different theme for our storytelling festival. And this year the theme is Find Anansi, Discover Jamaica. So Anansi live all over the place, you know. And in our stories for this year, we have put different heritage sites in Jamaica.
Oh.
So that the children have to guess by identifying where the site is, where Anansi is. And not just children, you know.
I know.
Big people too. Because before the festival started, you will be amazed to know that we had workshops for the adults about how to prepare the children for the festival. Because the festival is a conference as well as a storytelling. So we're going to be having some conference aspects. But in this particular instance, we were having the workshop on the 2nd of November to say this is why we're having this theme. And the participant from Clarendon looked me in my face and say,
Name names now.
but Clarendon don't have any heritage site. Me have to say, excuse me. So where the fisherman them they down a Rocky Point. That are not part of our heritage. You never hear about the Alley Church. So that we overlook who we are and what we continue to give to the world, and we don't see it as heritage.
Yeah, we walk by it every day. It doesn't resonate.
Right. And so proof of concept. We don't know what we have, so we don't know what we need to defend.
Boy. Okay. So now, how do we get involved in this Anansi Sound Splash? And tell us about this partnership between Ntukama and the African Caribbean Institute of Jamaica, Jamaica Memory Bank, because as you were talking about the retention of the stories and the fact that it resonates with or resides with one individual and then they pass it on, the Jamaica Memory Bank came to mind. So I'm glad that that particular association is in the works. Now tell us about the partnership and how do ordinary citizens get involved if possible.
Wonderful. The partnership with Jamaica Memory Bank, African Caribbean Institute of Jamaica is one leg of the festival. The festival named Anansi Sound Splash. Anansi have 8 foot.
Okay.
So there are 8 activities over the 8 days of the festival, and we move around. We take the festival to people who can't come to the festival. So the festival started with the workshop. We had many activities leading up to Sunday when we had a dinner to welcome our friend and sister, who you will talk to in a little while, Katia. The first Tuesday of the festival is normally dedicated to children. They tell the stories. And that happens today from 9 o'clock until 2 p.m. at the lecture hall at the Institute of Jamaica. we usually cross November 19, which is a very special day. And this year, November 19 coincides with the first Tuesday of the festival, the Children's Gala. November 19 is International Men's Day. And we have been celebrating International Men's Day since the festival started.
Oh,
yes.
beautiful.
There are times when only men tell stories. There have been times when we have gone to Liberty Hall and talked about and examined Marcus Garvey and so on. And so because this is an Olympic year, two of the stories that we're going to be sharing with the children will be about the foundation of Jamaica's high profile internationally where sports is concerned. So we're going to feature Arthur Wint and his daughter Colleen Wint-Boyd will be there to tell that story. And we're also going to feature Alan Skill Cole, who, yes, is the bedrock of football in Jamaica. But our children don't know that.
Yeah.
Them think it start when they're born. And we can't know what we have not been taught.
Sad but
so
true.
in this festival, we're going to be introducing them to that today. Tomorrow is very, very important. During the COVID years, we were one of a handful of festival activities that did not stop. We continued and we went online. Because we went online now, we were forced to record those 3 years of the festival. And then after that, we said, let it not be an accidental or incidental recording. Let us record our stories. So we have 5 years of festival that we hug up. And then a wonderful young man at the Ministry of Culture, Mr. David Brown, said, Amina, what you doing with this, with the recordings? I said, well, it's in our studio. We have a studio. Compliments of Michael College, who has given us space where we have been for the last 2 years. So thank you, Michael. So we say, it's in our studio. When people come, them can see it. And David say, not good enough. And him give a little advice. And so we went to the ACIJ, Jamaica Memory Bank, to say, we have this. 5 years of stories, and in the future we're going to have more. What can we do with them? Well, it don't name Jamaica Memory Bank for nothing, right? And it has a mandate to the intangible cultural heritage. And so the Jamaica Memory Bank now has those first 5 years of recordings, which they are editing to launch as the Ntukuma collection.
Wow.
So tomorrow we're going to sit around with anybody who is interested, come down at 12:30, and we're going to talk about the work of the Jamaica Memory Bank. We're going to talk about the meaning of intangible cultural heritage and where our stories, our traditional stories, our family stories, our Bible stories, where all of that fits into intangible cultural heritage.
Okay.
And we're going to do that, and Katia will perform at that occasion for us.
Okay, we'll be right back. We have much more to share with you right here on Kool 97 FM. Boy, they really thought out the 8 days, man. Okay, here we go now. And we welcome you back to another edition of Live Tuesday. Just to let you know that this segment is brought to you by FX Trader, changing the face of foreign exchange, and the PA system and audio support kindly provided by Keymix Audio. The mix is key. Inside of this segment, we're speaking with Dr. Amina Blackwood Meeks, and along with her is Colombian storyteller Katia Bowie Gomez. They're presenting at the Anansi Sound Splash happening this week and gearing up for National Storytelling Day tomorrow, Wednesday, November 20. So we heard from Dr. Blackwood Meeks, and now we're going to be hearing from Katia Bowie Gomez. We're going to welcome her to Jamaica. Welcome to Kool 97 FM. Okay, so I need... Perhaps, Dr. Meeks,
Yes.
give us a proper introduction of your friend.
Katia. Katia is here courtesy of Ambassador Elimiana Bernard Stevenson, who is the ambassador of Colombia in Jamaica. That's not her calling us on the telephone. I'm sure that is Anansi saying what's going on there. Anansi have to put himself into the conversation. Katia is a social worker. Katia is revered for the work that she did after the recent hurricanes, helping to relocate people, helping to use stories to heal and resettle, and she will talk about that.
Wow.
Katia is a TV host. Katia is a singer,
Great.
an actress, and a storyteller.
Oh my goodness.
And we're happy to have her.
Oh, indeed. Oh, my goodness. So let's start with this part of it. Once again, welcome. Anansi is a character who finds himself within our culture and work. So Anansi and the Colombian society, is there as strong a link as we have here in Jamaica to that retention from Africa?
In mainland Colombia, no. But in our island, yes. Why? Because we are part of the Caribbean. We are part of this big African family. And Anansi brought to us, as Miss Amina say, we believe in history, that it come to us from Jamaica. So
What
we have
island
a strong
is that?
link.
Sorry, what island is that?
San Andres, Providence, and Catalina is an archipelago of 3 beautiful islands where I born, grew up, and live here in Anansi stories.
Wow.
In our culture, Anansi is a woman.
Ah,
Is a female.
okay.
So we talk about Auntie Anansi.
Wow.
And they celebrate Auntie Anansi as a warrior woman.
Really?
As a warrior, as a wise woman.
Now, this puts a total spin on it for all of us Jamaicans who grew up hearing about Anansi. Wow, that's different. Okay, so how did the partnership with the Jamaican Storytelling Festival come about? And as you traverse Jamaica, because I don't know how long you've been here, how many days you've been on the island, but are you noticing
2.5.
2.5? But even then, are there any similarities that you have recognized? Whether culturally, whether linguistically, what is it?
Culturally, linguistically, definitely. Our foods are similar. Our gastronomy. We always home hear about this beautiful island. See you all TV. Hear about histories. And we always wanted to have this link with the Caribbean.
Okay.
You know, so it's a privilege to be here to share with Miss Amina and this beautiful team, because back at home, Anansi, she is a hero. She is a person that bring with her values.
Oh.
So it is important to get the values to the new generation.
As you say that, though, there is certainly the view held by quite a few that we're losing some of our history or culture, in that the storytelling that perhaps was pervasive back in the days of Ring Ding and Miss Lou, where you just could not miss that program. You had to run inside, drop whatever you were doing, and just plunk yourself in front of the TV to see Miss Lou, just this exponent of our culture, just bringing these stories to life. If you mention Anansi to perhaps some of the modern day children, they have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You mention some of these other retentions from Africa, they don't know what the heck you're talking about. But in your society, you sound like this is something that is still quite strong. The society and the children are growing up knowing their culture. What is it that you think that perhaps you are doing that we aren't doing, that perhaps could get us back on track?
Let me tell you, back home, we have an overpopulation of Colombians to the island, Spanish-speaking people. So what we try to do is gain these spaces where we can have the children to listen. Our tradition is an oral tradition. And being oral, we miss a lot. But we are trying to strengthen our history going to the schools, going to the different spaces where young people is, so they can hold on to what we are. We have a difficulty, and that is the children, them, Spanish-speaking children, them, don't get hold of our tradition. But our racial children, them, yes.
I'd like to comment on that. If after 26 years of this festival, there are children who don't recognize the name Anansi, I would be extremely surprised. If after 10 years of the proclamation of National Storytelling Day, if there are children who don't know the name Anansi, I'd be very sad, and I'd feel that we are losing, that we're wasting time. So I'm saying I don't agree with you. Many years ago, I belong to a Kiwanis club, and many years ago, the Kiwanis Club of South St. Catherine had an event during Child Month for babies under 5. And I went with the notion that they don't know about Anansi. And this is just one example I'm giving you. And so I wanted to bring them into the fact that I would be telling an Anansi story. And I said, I want to tell you about my best friend. Every little picnic have best friend. I want to fast in your best friend business. So now them start to listen. I said, my best friend is teeny weeny. My best friend is black. My best friend is beautiful with a small waist. And my best friend has 8 legs. One little ants. One little ants jump up and say, me know him. And for emphasis, he said it again. Alton, I can't forget his name. Me know him. Me say, him when has some picnic, and the picnic them heat out the food and wash out the pot, and Anansi give them a beating. And he had summarized the story of Anansi and the magic pot. So I know that people are telling stories, and the children are learning the stories. What is it that we're missing? First of all, there are people who went around this country telling Anansi stories before Miss Lou.
Sorry, 1 second. We do have to take this. Oxymaster, make everything cleaner. The time brought to you by Oxymaster, the Stain Blaster. It is 8:15 a.m. Sorry, go ahead.
That don't be sorry. And then there are people who documented the Anansi stories. Sir Philip Sherlock, James Berry, Walter Jekyll. There is a long list of people who were documenting Anansi stories. Miss Lou performed Anansi stories, and Miss Lou had the media space that they didn't have.
Yes.
That we don't have. So we're very grateful when Kool FM say, come back again and tell us what's going on, because we live in a society where if you don't hear it in the media, it is not happening. But if you go to any of the bookshops in Jamaica, really, there is a range of books on Anansi.
Yes.
There are foreigners. When I like when foreigners come here and skim off the surface and go and like say them own the thing. But people who are not Jamaicans have come here and documented Anansi stories and written their own Anansi stories. So there are outlets that we have for finding Anansi stories. Jamaica Library Service has a whole collection of Anansi stories. What we mean is we're not in the media and we don't see people performing the stories the way when I was little. I'd go to the library and listen to Uncle Noel, who would be at Tom Redcombe Library every Saturday. It seems like to me, it might not have been every Saturday, but in my memory, whenever I went to the library, somebody was there telling stories. So part of what Ntukuma has done is since 2013 is to establish a partnership with the Jamaica Library Service. To say this festival, the aim of this partnership is to raise the profile of storytelling in the libraries. And we have done that. We have established an MOU with them about setting up storytelling clubs in every parish library. We go to schools. We have a set of guidelines for setting up your storytelling clubs in schools. We've gone to JCDC to do the same thing. So don't be misled by the fact that we don't have space. Hello, all the people who want something wonderful and positive to pay for on Kool 97 FM. We are ready to do a weekly storytelling.
Miss Amina, yes. Back home, my generation had the beautiful experience of hearing Auntie Rochi on the Good News radio station back home telling her Anansi stories. Miss Lolia Pomer, a great woman, a great storyteller that go around the world sharing our Anansi stories. My generation get it, but this new generation is missing it.
Yeah.
So Katia, you're going to be with right here in Jamaica with Dr. Amina for quite a few days, and hopefully you'll be here many, many more times after that.
Yeah.
But what can we expect from your participation in this year's staging of the festival?
Well, I want to let you know that I'm going to be with the children. I love children. I love these places where children is because them teach us plenty.
Oh,
And
nice.
Miss Amina say, we think them know they know they hear, they know they understand, but they surprise we.
Okay.
So I expecting to be at this space with the children, them sharing about Auntie Anansi.
Hi.
Auntie Anansi, her strength, her values, and everything she bring for the children them to keep in, because sometimes we think the children them is not hearing or understanding, but them understand. And it's so important to get the values to the children them.
I want to do
Thank you.
a little bit of transliteration.
Okay.
You might have heard Katia say the history. There are many cultures in which the word story and the word history are not separated.
Oh.
So when Katia says she's telling las historias, she is telling history. Part of what Katia specializes in is passing on the story that her great-grandmother heard from her grandmother and told her grandmother and told her mother, which now she has. So when she says she's passing on the values through her stories, she means that she's also telling those stories.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Miss Amina.
So, are you going to bless us with a story?
Story or two.
Wow, but they're long. okay.
One.
Yeah. So, once upon a time, when time was time, hard time when they in a time. And Better Nancy and Better Tiger when they pass hard time. So Better Nancy say, Better Tiger, when they pass hard time, what we going to do? Better Nancy say, well, we not got no food, so make we kill we mama. You understand that? Make
Yes.
we kill we mama. But Sister Nancy say, wait, Better Nancy. Your mama too maga. So Better Nancy say, yes, your mama fat. Make we kill your first. Okay, then go to work and kill Better Tiger mama. Then share up the meat. And Better Nancy say, in believing when I get to my mama? No, sir. So I'm building nest high up in the tree with the intention for Better Tiger no get to him. And building nest and say, mama and him two brother no stay up there. I go and go look food when food done. So Better Tiger go and can't get to it. So Better Tiger food done. And he go and look for Better Nancy. He say, hey Nancy, where you there? Nancy no answer. Nancy food done too, so he go and look food. So they organize themselves and they say, Mama, every end of week I go and don't go look food. And I want to give you the sign when time I come. So he say, I go and sing this song we say, Mama boy, send down basket. I look to do boy. So then get the sign and then send down the basket. And then pick him up and he go up and get the food. So this day Tiger come. He said, Nancy, my food done. Come I go kill your mama. Nancy said, not my mama. So every day he come down, he give instruction for come down and go up. And this day Tiger see.
Mm.
So Tiger gone, Mama boy, send down basket. Oh, you look do boy. Two look better look down. He say, coach you better Tiger, coach you better Tiger. They know say I him to advice. So when doing gone to an a woman, fitting in vice, so he shove the hot steel down in short and thinning in vice like for better nasty. So he gone, Mama boy, send down basket. Are you look do boy? The two brothers quick send down the basket and they start bring him up. Then bring him up. They say, wait, but Nancy bring plenty food today because the basket heavy. So he going to bring him up. He said, but we can't get up with him, man. We got to feast the basket heavy. One time we look, Nancy come and see him going up. He holla, Mama, boy, cut away basket, that Tiger in there. And then cut away basket. So they eat Tiger, Mama, and they eat Tiger.
Wow. Okay. That's an interesting story. But thank you once again for being our guests here on Cool 97 FM. And you know, I'm not going to waste a whole 6 minutes on the nation's coolest. So, Dr. Amina Blackwood Meeks,
Yes, ma'am.
the microphone is yours.
Right. So thank you very much. One of the things we do after we've told the stories is to analyze the stories. Right, because there are so many important points in that story, which we're now going to analyze this morning. But just to say that we have learned to look at our stories through Western eyes. And so the meaning that Western teaching put in the story is not in the African cosmology. So for example, when we say Anansi always looking for food, we don't just mean he only wants to fill his belly. We mean Anansi is out to get spiritual nourishment, because food has that spiritual context and content to it. So a lot of the Anansi stories that talk about food are really talking about food security. People also believe that Anansi is a gallus. Him don't have no family. But in this story, Anansi clearly have children. Them say Anansi lazy, but in this story, Anansi gone look for food. Them say Anansi not care about nobody about himself. But in this story, Anansi clearly is out to protect his children from the danger. And there's another story about why tigers are in the story, since there are no tigers where Anansi come from. But in this part of the world, when we told Anansi stories, we use the tiger to represent the oppressors and the oppression on the plantation. And so we always have this little beanie bit of spider challenging things that are bigger than himself.
Okay.
And 90% of the times, Anansi comes out victorious. I say 90% because there are many stories in which Anansi do the wrong thing and Anansi get punished. And we need to emphasize that Anansi is not a general who always a gateway with things. There is a symbol, and a Dinkra symbol. Oh, it's right here on my shirt. I wish you could see it. See this symbol here? Come on now, Amina. This our uniform was designed for us by somebody from Nigeria. This is their Dinkra symbol for Anansi. It's called the Entontan, and it means wisdom. So where Anansi comes from, he's recognized as a bearer of wisdom. But when the Europeans come now, them couldn't translate that. So them translate it as trickery. And we inherit that to mean that Anansi is a general and he's all of these bad things. You must look at the stories from Ghana in which Anansi dress up in his royal robes. Anansi is royalty. You must see the stories from Ghana about how Anansi sits in the office of the king, and him is the king chief counsel. When the king wants something, him consult Anansi and say, what should I do in this particular situation? So part of what we are about in Ntukuma, I'm glad you finally learned to pronounce the word.
Yes.
Part of what we are about in Ntukuma is to examine who Anansi is and how Anansi, the image of Anansi changed between Ghana and this part of the world because of the transatlantic trafficking of Africans. There are many papers that you can look up. There's one by an African American called From Deity to Conman, in which he and Rex Nettleford has done some work, Orlando Pattison has done some work, Amina Blackwood Meeks has done some work about what is it about the conditions that Anansi experienced on this rock and the other rocks that we were trafficked that caused his identity, his mode of operation to so change that we don't, just like how we don't recognize ourselves. You know, we don't recognize who we are, how beautiful we are. We're trying to be more of others and end up being less of self. So we are about researching Anansi, understanding Anansi, so we can place Anansi squarely in the field of cultural reparation. We are to stop accepting other people's image of who we are. Marcus Garvey tells us, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind, and we need to do that by understanding where we came from, how we came, and the true nature of what we brought with us.
Thank you. Thank you ever so much. Wow, that was a lesson and a half.
Oh, yes.
This week, we're inside the Kool Studios with music and storytelling. Join us November 19 from 7 to 9 a.m. on Kool 97 FM for smooth, lovers rocking soul music with Inezi. Then J Major Scale takes to the Kool Stage with new music. And we're talking Anansi Sound Splash. And it's Storytelling Day with Amina Blackwood Meeks.
Wriggle me this, wriggle me that.
That's the vibe inside Live Tuesday this week, hosted by Dianne Thomas and Michael Thompson, live from the Kool 97 FM studios and streaming on kool97fm.com. It's brought to you by FX Trader, Ashanti, Oasis Vegetarian Catering, Alkavida Alkaline Drinking Water, and Keymix Audio. Live Tuesday on Kool 97 FM, getting to the root of the music.
Thank you all, and thank you to our cool listeners for making it possible for another week. All right, so Mikey, take it away with Inezi.
Please, the very life promote. Yeah, the very air we try to breathe. Please, the very life promote of me. Please, yeah. Relieve our thinking of this dreaded disease. Blood a run. People just get shot down, and as the innocent dead, them have a gun. Nobody no safe, not even for the dead in the grave, and nobody can tell them to behave. Of a truth they were brothers from the start, divided by the wars that they fought. Even the baby on the breast get shot in at them head, boy. Them tell you them now have no heart, hey. Jaja see it. People in the city living their lives without pity. Jaja see it. There has to be an end. Oh, we know we love we brother them. Jaja see it. All them do is war, talking about how them gun torn. Jaja see it. Jaja see it. Enough artists, just a few will every thought. All them sing about is war. But when the heat reach them streets, them on the television begging for peace, eh? When them a part of the cause of no politician figure win an election. Them issue gun now for intimidate and erase the opposition, eh? But when things get stink, as with every form of corruption, you hear them talk about the ghetto.
Tactic world-famous brands of tools distributed by Atlantic Hardware and Plumbing are available at all leading hardware stores island-wide. Call 876-758-5583. The time by Atlantic Hardware and Plumbing, 8:45 a.m.
solo. Just see it. Just see it. Please go know your place.
Cause your blessing cannot fade away. Fade away. Babylon fade away. Clean and pure is the energy.
Hide everything like them alone one. No hype and no teeth at all. Hey, I never trust a word from them out there. Them actions show them up. Stay away from those who got no love for nature. Plastic and paper chaser. Then with them out the garden, it will be great again. You find it intriguing. You took off the sheep clothing. Surprise mouth wide open. Didn't you think they were the realest thing? Best to keep your eyes open. And I wanna wake up slim, Jim, Jim. Straight away. Yes, I am. I said this system is a messiah. Them just want put we to the desire. Always a woman give me less fire. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yeah.
We know your blessing cannot fade away. Fade away. Fade away. Clean and pure is the energy. Blessing cannot fade away, fade away, fade away. Clean and pure is the energy, energy,
And we welcome you now to our little chit chat with Inezi. Good morning and welcome back to Cool 97.
Good morning and thank you again.
Now, there's a new song, She Needs Me. What led you to pen this song? Is there a story that you can actually tell us? Or is that something that you need to keep close to your chest?
Yes, it's kind of close, but not so close, you know. But, you know, it's a song that was written many. I think it was when I was probably in our early 20s or something, you know. But I just decided it's time for this song, you know, to be recorded. So
come on, a little closer to the microphone.
Yes. So, you know, I just time for it now. So, you know, recorded it lately about last year with Global Beats, you know. And, you know, I just one of them songs there where, you know, we would have want certain things and desire certain things, you know. Probably had it at the time too, who knows, but, you know. So we just write this song according to, you know, what I'd like in a woman and so on, you know.
Okay. You've consistently been releasing music over the last few years, which is kudos to you. Well, where does a song begin for you, and how do you move through that creative process? Do you find there's overload, or is there a drought for you when it comes to songwriting?
The songwriting, it has to do with also the rhythm. Yeah, man. So big up them and them who make the rhythm, them the musicians, them, you know. Because, you know, it's one of them creative process there where it's like a together thing, because I can feel what they're feeling when, you know, they're creating this rhythm. Sometimes I can feel the mood of the rhythm. You know, because each rhythm have its own mood and vibe and so forth. So that helped me a lot to write songs, you know. Sometimes, without listening to a rhythm, you know, I just write lines, I just write words, and then eventually turn them into song when I hear a rhythm.
Okay. Now, what can our listeners expect from you this year?
This year, you know, so it's just more music, because we're always releasing music. Every year, I release a certain amount of songs, you know, because, you know, I need to always recording and, you know, I always have something for release. So we have some new things coming up, you know, so keep your ears out.
Okay, keep your ears open. Now, you know, I'm sure those who have not heard the song She Needs Me are going to want you to perform it this morning.
Okay.
So we're just about 3 minutes out from our cool flight back. I'm going to give you some of my time, but I need to go to our stage right now and perform. And you have a tone that I love on your songs. You really have a nice, interesting tone.
Okay, thank you.
That I think is going to work with you for years to come and just take you into the stratosphere in terms of a performer. All right, so you're going to go now with Yashika. You're going to perform. And Cool 97 FM was so happy to have Inezi over, along with Dr. Amina Blackwood Meeks. We also have to thank J Major Scale, Katia Bowie Gomez, our guests this morning on Cool 97 FM. Once again, to you, our cool listeners, thank you ever so much for making it another live Tuesday. So we close out with the sound of Inezi.
Cool 97 Radio.
Kool.
Nothing else matters, she said. Ignore all them. Greatest thing is that she rate this king over bling. She no care about the latest thing. This feeling come from so deep within it, so satisfying. And she no practice lying. By night she no do no flying. And they can never come between this thing, no matter what they're trying. Oh, say she needs me and she won't let me go. Oh, what she sees in me, I don't really know. Oh, sometimes I'm so selfish, so unfair, but she no care. I have no money, but she still stick with it. never quit, never split. The greatest, I am who I am, just a man, but I can be a bomber like a sinking sun. Or maybe a man without a blinking plan, skipping the beginning or the end of the song. Ever listening and filling in the missing lines, making me realize without her I'm half of a man and she could be the only one. My only plan, she needs me and she won't let me go. Oh, what she sees in me I don't really know. Oh, sometimes I'm so selfish, so unfair, but she no care. I have the money, but she still stick with this. Never quit and never split. Hey. Oh, yeah, yeah. She's as real as can be. Oh, I tell her she's a deal. Oh, Empress divine. The sun and moon shines, ain't afraid to tell you how she feels. She won't let me go, she won't let me go. What she sees in me, I don't really know. But so selfish, so unfair, but she no care. I ain't have no money, but she still stick with these. Never quit and never split, she needs me. She won't let me go. Oh, what she sees in me I don't really know. Oh, but I'm so selfish, so unfair, but she no care. I have no money, but she still stick with this. Never quit and never straight away. Oh, Inezi representing Kool 97. Straight away.